e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. So we'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
Check something. Let's see. All right, I'm going to do this because I have to. Okay. All right, think I've got it fixed. Think, please. See. Brian, can you hear me okay?
Say again, please.
That's good. Brian, how do you copy me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Steve.
I just did a BIOS firmware update. I'm sure things were not working. Okay. Let's get our init, get our flight plan down. Takes it a little bit longer to get to China. There we go. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going 3-4 right. No, what's that? NOPT. Yeah, that's us. If all goes as planned, we'll be coming in on 17. Yankee. And lot. And it's lot 1A. Oh, they're both 1A. 8 1A. Lots. That's good. Our takeoff performance, we're 1023 by the way. Let's go and put that in. All right, 140, 140, 142. We're going to be going out on flaps 1, up 0.4. With a flex temp of F74. Okay. Brian, get our IFR clearance, please.
I'll get our IFR clearance.
Incheon clearance, China Eastern 20402. We'd like to collect our IFR clearance. We have Kilo.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
What was that?
China Eastern 20402, Incheon clearance, cleared to Qingdao Jiaodong via the Nopik 2 Yankee departure, then is filed. Departure runway 34 right, initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 121.4 squawk 4413.
This is a big airport, by the way. It's a lot of space here. Brian, let's go ahead and get our pushback and start clearance, and you're in charge of all comms.
I'll take over the comms. Let's get our pushback clearance.
Oh man, this interior looks awesome. And those do function, by the way, these two.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard China Eastern Airlines Flight 20,402, heading to the beautiful city of Qingdao. On behalf of all the crew, including myself, Irv, and my fantastic colleagues, Liam, Aoife, Sean, and Neve, we're thrilled to have you with us today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. Jesus, let's have a great flight.
I don't like you because I don't like the way you say that. It sounds like kind of disrespectful.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, we'll be pushing back here and taxiing, and this is not a long flight. Let's see, we've got 312 miles to go. Here's why this flight gets so long. The transition, the approach to get into the airport, they make you do all kinds of zigs and
Tow
zags.
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
You'll waste 45 minutes just taking your transition
Starting
to the
pushback,
airport.
and you may start engines.
Okay. Ignition and
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta.
Delta. Delta.
Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down.
Disconnecting
Stay
tow.
seated
Stand
with
by.
your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable
Tow
slide
is
that can be used
disconnected
as a
and
latch.
bypass bin has
In
been
the event
removed.
of an
Hand signal on the
evacuation,
left. We'll
leave
see you
all
next
bags
time
behind.
and have fun up there.
Carrying baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally, and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case. Life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave
I'll
the
get our
plane,
taxi clearance.
inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest. Be sure you fastened your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you.
Romeo 9er, Mike
If
9er,
you have a
November,
suite
November
door,
1.
ensure
China
it's
Eastern
open.
20402.
See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard China Eastern Airlines Flight 20,402, heading to the beautiful city of Qingdao. Our estimated flight time today is approximately 85 minutes. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for our frequent flyers. Fasten your seatbelts by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and pulling the strap to tighten. Remember, the seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff. All mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode. Laptops and larger devices should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are strictly prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if required. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seats. Put it on, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. There are 2 exits at the front and 2 at the rear of the aircraft, and the nearest exit may be behind you. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow all safety instructions from the crew immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform a crew member immediately. The safety information card in your seat pocket contains all details. Thank you for your attention, and let's have a fantastic flight. Jesus!
Oh, come on. You know what? That message never gets old. Yeah, it does. Ugh. Right turn on November 1.
Tina, Eastern
20402. Contact tower on 118.2. Have a good morning.
Switching to tower on 118.2, China Eastern 20402.
Alright, so landing lights are up.
Incheon Tower, China Eastern 20402. Good morning, holding short 34 right, ready for departure.
Approaching runway 34 right.
Brian, I'm holding on till we get response back.
We're holding short of runway 34 right, ready for departure. I'll handle the comms.
China Eastern 2040, holding short, runway, ready for departure. Runway 34 right.
Akina, Eastern 20402. Incheon Tower, runway 34 right. Winds calm. Cleared for takeoff.
Look left, look right.
Runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff. China Eastern 20402.
On runway 34 right remaining. 1,900 feet.
D1, rotate. Positive rate. Flaps have been brought back in. Autopilot's engaged.
10 Eastern 20402. Contact departure on 121.4.
And we're going to thrust climb.
Switching to departure on 121.4. China Eastern 20402.
Ground spoilers disarmed. Flaps are fully retracted. Autopilot is engaged.
Incheon departure, China Eastern 20402. Good morning, climbing through 1000.
China Eastern 20402. Incheon departure. Radar contact. Climb 10,000.
10,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special
China Eastern
thank you to each of
20402.
you, and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff.
Flight level 210, China Eastern 20402.
Now reach an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin.
7,000 and plumbing.
A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket.
20402. Good morning, 6500
Please
for
be
flight
reminded
level
that Delta
210.
accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta Sky Miles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases.
Got it. 1023.
For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system.
1023,
On it,
China
you
Eastern
can view a selection of
20402.
complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
Landing lights are off.
Dear guests, we're thrilled to announce that we are now safely above 10,000 feet. You can now use your approved electronic devices in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with China Eastern Airlines. Jesus!
China Eastern 20402, climb flight level 290.
290.
Climbing flight level 290, China Eastern 20402.
We are only 293 miles away, but you can't look at it that way. You have to look at it from the actual miles we have to fly, which is 396. So add another 100 miles to that, and that's how far we got to go. Right, and QNH2 standard.
China Eastern 20402, climb flight level 350.
Climbing flight level 350, China Eastern 20402.
Alright, so we're coming in on 17 ILS Yankee. Hey.
China Eastern 2402, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Climb and maintain flight level 380, China Eastern 2402.
Dear guests, we are now cruising comfortably at altitude. The cabin crew will begin our delightful snack and beverage service shortly. Be sure to try our famous Irish soda bread and the refreshing green tea. After the service, we'll have some fantastic items from the China Eastern Airlines shop available for you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Jesus!
China Eastern 20402, contact Qingdao Control on 134.125.
Qingdao Control, China Eastern 20402. Good evening at flight level 380.
China Eastern 20402, Qingdao Control identified. Good evening.
I want to show you where I sometimes get airports from, things like that, like custom scenery that I really do enjoy. bathtub here. This is Orbix, and I thought we've got to kill about 100 miles, but we look at it. I've already got my performance information loaded. Sure, what's up with the dark blue scenery, Kansai International Airport. Let's look at that. Let's just be some examples. That's new. I don't think I've had that one. Yeah, RJBB.
Hey, Captain Steve, First Officer, would you like anything to drink or a small snack? You know, our catering is so good, even the peanuts are on a first-name basis. Jesus!
Some of that's just amazing. It's just a really good looking scenery. Of course, you know, it's an island airport. It's really kind of a neat airport. I'm gonna put that in my cart, I think, because that's a really nice looking airport. And you have some that just kind of fall out of the sky. Here's some really neat ones. Like this is Great Britain, Central Great Britain, and it's just really enhances the scenery. I mean, it's thousands of miles worth of just really changing the landscape, and I have really enjoyed that. I have the Mango Studios, that one. Not sure I have that one. Let me see. What is that? I was about to say that's I kind of like the way it sounds now, but there's the rotate MD. I do have the MD-11. And they also carry aircrafts at Orbix. Not me. Okay, that's a free one actually. I was about to say a neat one I've got too is the Indian airport. Do I have Riyadh? Is Dubai. I have Dubai. It really looks good. Wait, I have Abu Dubai. Maybe I didn't get this one yet. Yeah, that's Abu Dubai. It's really neat. It's a very well done airport. It does have that pop to it, that flair. I will let that sit in my cart also, and I'll show you, like, where's Singapore? Just some of these, just so well done. Just so. They do they advance color. You know, they do some color dynamics with it. Really make it pop. There's also one other one I'll tell you about. That is And by the way, you download the Orbex. You go to Orbex and you download that interface. It's free, and but it's their version of the way. You know how you have to sometimes with the custom scenery, you have to go in, you have to configure, and it's just a pain in the tail. And I don't mind doing it for good scenery, but that allows for you to literally just download it straight from that interface, and it puts it in the right place, sets it up for you, and you don't have to think about it again. That's nice. This is Aerosoft. Now Aerosoft 1 is another one where they just made the interface for it. So, and I'll be real open with you about what I've got. What do I have in my library? I have Manchester, which I really do like. My EHAM looks good. I have Milano XP, another excellent airport, and I have Charlottetown and RJCC, excellent. Like RJCC, if you see it, it's just another one that just really pops. And then once again, much more. They have a whole lot more choices. But you can shop their store. So like, let's see what they've got here. Except all. So in my queue right now, it's my map queue. And there is Microsoft Flight Sim. By the way, I'm not. I tried Microsoft Flight Sim. I downloaded it, and when I started having one problem after the other, with when the initial launch just kind of went south, I just said forget it, and I pulled back and did not and asked for my money back. Actually got a refund. I just didn't want to do it. I don't mind configuring and working with something, you know, that especially, I mean, I don't mind the tweaking. In fact, with Xplane, I have to do it in some cases, but not to that extent. The extent it was just going slow, sluggish. Yes, it looks awesome. The airport, I mean, the lower VFR graphics look awesome, but just not for me, you know. And see, here's like, that would probably be a neat one to get for a VFR, like Society Islands, XP, Tahiti, I'm sure it looks really good. See, my filter for me would be Xplane, Toliss, I haven't gotten into helicopters either. That's one thing I've just not done. And here's another one too. This Flight Factor 777F. I have my Flight Factor 777, and on my NVIDIA GPU, I have the 4070 card, RTX 4070 GeForce. Will not run. it has a conflict of some sort. It's not that it's like you can't handle it, it just won't run. So it's been a pain in the tail. And this is a new one, Xplane, the Dollar Kodiak Thronda, and I can tell you if it was made by Thronda, probably is a nice aircraft. See that? That will be one to keep an eye on, available for instant download. I need to check on that one on Xplane's site. That's Xplane's Thronda, and it is, yeah, that one's on Xplane too. I'll have to check on that. By Thronda Design. And it's... Yeah, I think that one might be one. So anyway, that's okay. But that's also one, like if you were probably if you're a Xplaner, you're going to be able to get it off of the regular site too. Any work today or anything you have to? Good. Brian, it's okay to go ahead and request clearance to descend.
I'll request clearance to descend.
Qingdao Control, China Eastern 20402, requesting descent clearance from flight level 380.
China Eastern 20402, descend via Latux 81 Alpha to 2000 into Qingdao Jiaodong, altimeter 1023.
Descend via Latux 81 Alpha to 2000 into Qingdao Jiaodong, altimeter 1023, China Eastern 20402.
China Eastern 20402, contact Qingdao Control on 134.
Qingdao Control, China Eastern 20402. Good evening, maintaining flight level 380.
China Eastern 20402, Qingdao Control, identified. Good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your friendly cabin crew speaking. We have now left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to the beautiful city of Qingdao. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, fasten your seatbelts, and note that the use of the lavatories is no longer allowed. Thank you for your cooperation, and let's get ready for a smooth landing. Jesus!
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
China Eastern 20402, contact Qingdao approach on 119.4.
18,000 feet.
Switching to Qingdao approach on 119.4, China Eastern 20402. Qingdao approach, China Eastern 20402. Good morning, flight level 180 for 2000.
China Eastern 20402, Qingdao approach identified. Good morning, Qingdao Jiaodong altimeter 1023, cleared Quebec Delta 700 transition. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 34 approach into Qingdao Jiaodong.
Altimeter 1023, cleared QD 700 transition. Expecting ILS Zulu runway 34 approach into Qingdao Jiaodong. China Eastern 20402.
Landing lights up. Nose light is on. Let's do a speed check. We definitely got to slow down. So let me tell it my performance settings. I need you to start acting like you're slowing down. Because we're going too fast. And standard QNH. No, excuse me, QNH is 1023. And we are flying. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and throw
China Eastern 20402, cleared for the ILS runway 34 approach via Quebec Delta 700.
Cleared for the ILS runway 34 approach via QD 700. China Eastern 20402.
Right, I think we're in good shape to hit the 1,000 threshold.
feet.
And flaps 1 to flaps 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into the lovely city of Qingdao. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them away until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seatbelts are fastened. The weather in Qingdao is looking quite pleasant, with a temperature of 3 degrees Celsius. Our assigned gate is Terminal 1, parking 114. Thank you for your cooperation, and let's get ready for a smooth landing. Jesus!
I retracted the flaps because I think I'm at that breaking point. Maybe I got a little bit too hasty. Wait a minute. Try it again. There we go. Looking good. Okay. We're on the downwind right now. Downwind leg. About halfway down the downwind leg, and we'll make a slow transition to the left.
China Eastern 20402, contact Qingdao Jiaodong Tower on 118.275.
Switching to Qingdao Jiaodong Tower on 118.275. China Eastern 20402. Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport Tower, China Eastern 20402. Good morning, established on the ILS runway 34 approach.
China Eastern 20402. Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport Tower. Roger, continue approach.
Flaps are to 2. We're getting down to about 180 knots. Right, we're on the base leg. Base leg. And full flaps. We're 15 miles from the airport. Oh. All right, localizers coming in. There we go. We're lined up. We're 13 miles outside of Jingdong. Gear is down. All right. Gloudscope captured and second autopilot is engaged. Brakes are on medium. Ground spoilers armed. Flaps are full. Prepare the cabin for arrival.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
This is where we're coming in. We'll actually get off down here.
$2,000.
About 1,500 feet out. 1,500 feet. I mean, our elevation's 1,500 feet. Where?
$100 above. 1,000. Minimum.
Approaching runway 17. Caution! Caution!
Hi, aircraft. The easy part of the approach is like between 1,000 and 500 because there's not hardly any adjusting with an Airbus. It's very like it's on a really good descent at about 700 feet per minute, but we're not going to stay at that. Okay, I see already.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. Retard. 5. Retard. 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 Retard.
I wouldn't call that great. Like I said, that's the changes start happening like that last 300 feet, 300 to 400
China
feet.
Eastern 20402, contact ground on 121.65.
The captain has parked the aircraft at the gate and turned off the seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the
China
cabin.
Eastern 20402. Good morning, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
Bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted.
20402, Qingdao Jiaodong International Airport ground. Taxi to Terminal 1 gate parking 114 via Sierra 4, runway 17, runway 35, Sierra 5, Kilo 1, Bravo, Charlie 6, Tango 8. Good day.
Your SkyMiles account. If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other
Terminal
information,
1,
a uniform
parking
Delta agent
114
meeting
via
this flight
Sierra
will be
4,
more than
runway
happy to answer
17, runway
questions you may
35,
have.
Sierra 5, Kilo 1, Bravo, Charlie 6, Tango 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beautiful city of Qingdao. Did you know that Qingdao is famous for its Tsingtao beer, which is brewed right here in the city? Thank you for flying with China Eastern Airlines. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with China Eastern Airlines. The local time here in Qingdao is 2:23 in the morning. If you're connecting to another flight, please listen carefully. Flight 231 to Shanghai departs at 6:30 from gate A5, and Flight 314 to Beijing departs at 7:15 from Gate B2. Thank you, and enjoy your time in Qingdao. Jesus!
Where are you taking me? I still got dinged. Was it? I lost 3 points. Got me on max descent. What did you ding me on here? Distance? I don't know if I agree with you, but I'll take it. So the jetways aren't working. It's alright. Okay. How about a replay?
Approaching runway 17.
Welcome to Jingdang, and we're going to sign off. Okay, see you next one.